hello, gamer family. Anyways, not ready to start the episode yet. It's just I decided to go to the Monastery again, and I'm about to hit a professor level. I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna for sure hit it. There we go. Ah, so there is an A+. A+ is the final one then. Oh wait. Oh, I just went to B+. A is the final one. Whoopsie. Ha ha ha. Hello, gamer family. You may be wondering why am I starting here? That's because there's story before you actually get to the menu.
Professor, have you heard? They say we finally located the enemy.
Good thing I caught it.
Hiding in the sealed forest, right near the monastery. Lady Rhea has summoned all of the knights to return and take them down. And all of this is being done in secret. Why? To keep us... No. To keep you in the dark. Lady Rhea likely assumed you wouldn't be able to stop yourself from confronting the enemy if you knew their location. But that is not how the story ends, is it? Professor, we're at the ready. Order us to depart, and we'll fight at your side.
No, I will not allow it.
This discovery comes just when the knights are at their busiest. It is all too likely that our foes revealed themselves to lure you out there. They are the ones who took Geralt from you. I know how you must despise them, but I must ask you to rein in your personal feelings for now.
While I was gone, was it revealed that the death... Or was it revealed who the Death Knight was? Or not the Death Knight. The flaming...
Flame Emperor? No. We didn't do any story.
Oh.
Please, Professor, do not act carelessly. I ask that you leave this to us. Losing you so soon after losing Geralt would be unbearable.
Lady Rhea, Seth, please try to understand our reasoning before you refuse. With most of the knights still far away, we cannot afford for you two to leave the monastery undefended. The enemy's strength is yet unknown. The only warriors who likely stand a chance are those who wield relics. With all that in mind, it's obvious who should be dispatched, is it not? If the professor leaves, we will go as well. We've already made preparations and are ready to depart at a moment's notice. Surely you must see that we cannot wait any longer for the knights to gather. Please, do what must be done and give us the order.
Professor, do you agree with this strategy? Understood. I will give you the order. Destroy the enemy that is hiding in the sealed forest. You have the protection of the goddess on your side.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happens, you shall overcome.
No matter what enemy we face, we will not fail. I promise you that.
Okay, my question is, did I get all the support stuff that I wanted to get in auxiliary battles? There was one in particular I was looking at. Come on, come on. Yes! Whoa. Seriously? Okay. I got every support I possibly could, by the way, YouTube. The only supports that aren't going to be 100% done obtaining before Chapter 13, obviously, is Shamir with Byleth and Happy. That's it. I couldn't get anything higher than Happy C just because you can't get further than C until you actually do the conversation. Yeah, and include with Ash. But these are quite literally those and Shamir B. Shamir with... Wait. Was there Shamir with Byleth? Yeah. Those and Shamir with Byleth are the only 5 supports I need to get before Chapter 13. Even then, every support that I needed to get, I got. At the end of this video, though, we're going to prioritize those supports. Again, auxiliary battles, I don't care about them to make them faster. I did a little certain, whoopsieing. Yeah, I used the Viscum. I don't care. I don't feel bad. The real thing, though, is I can actually make her into a Valkyrie. Now, she only has a 41% chance of passing. I have 3 of Bissy in this exam passes. I'm not using any of the other classes, so I'm not going to worry about, like... Oh, hell. Okay. I didn't think she'd pass. That's actually be really handy. Ash should be really handy.
Easy peasy.
Oh, damn. Okay. I know how I want to do this mission. I should be able to hopefully foreturn it. Everyone at minimum is level 23 as well. So, that's cool. That's cool. We'll start getting level 30s probably around chapter 14 at the latest. Probably closer to chapter 14. Yeah, I'm sticking with chapter 14 is when we're going to start getting him.
The sealed forest is up ahead. Stay alert.
Because I'm probably not getting to
This
a
is
ton
for
of
Captain
auxiliaries next
I will
time.
not falter.
It is time to repay the kindness of the professor who saved my life.
Leave it to us, Professor. I'll give it my all.
Fighting Tomas. It will be difficult, that's for certain.
I don't really love the idea of fighting people I know. We don't have a choice. Even if it's difficult, an enemy is an enemy. We've just got to get it over with.
Just kill them from behind. As long as you don't see their faces, you won't know if you know them.
We won't know unless we see their face. Yes, I suppose that is true. Professor, I hope you know I meant what I told you before. Your enemy is my enemy. And I will follow you until the end. Whatever that end may be.
Let's do our best.
Yes, right. We'll fulfill our duty together. We've come this far. We can't stop now. I hope you know that you can rely on us. No matter who the enemy is, we are prepared to cut them down.
Indeed.
Yes.
I almost made a joke there,
No
but
matter
it
who
was
they
really
may be.
not a good joke. Anyways, this is one of my least favorite maps in this game. I don't like it. Me no likey. No likey. None at all likey. None. And unfortunately, Shamir's not even available. That's ironic. What the hell? Get out of here, Ash. Get your Ash out of here, Ash.
Demonic beasts! The enemy was always intending to lure us here.
Hello, you're here. Welcome to the Forest of Death.
What are you rattling, Seth?
My name
Box
is
of
Tanya.
Cheez-It.
This weakling girl was just a borrowed look for me.
Jesus.
This is what I really look like. Now, you vermin, I'll take down every last one of you.
Jesus. What is the radius on? I don't know what the radius is on. What's the radius?
What should I do?
Yep.
I'll cut through.
Ready.
Stay focused. Sure thing.
You saved me.
Okay, they should all get hit with stride next turn. There is dialogue. I probably should skip that, huh? Because this isn't a personal playthrough. This is an LP.
If this takes too long, I might be forced to escape. Oh, or do you simply intend to let me go? How accommodating of you. As for me, I intend to kill you all.
Oh, well, you're gonna fail.
Yeah, no kidding.
Here goes.
Much needed. My thanks.
Beautiful.
What should I do?
Do you make it? Oh!
Yep.
Nope, you don't make it.
Stay focused. I'll cut through.
Oh well. I can't exactly cheese it as much as I wanted, but it doesn't mean I can't cheese it. Haha, you're eating Cheez-Its, and I'm gonna cheese the map. Haha. That one has a higher critical chance, but barely does less damage. Now I want you to back up to me. Okay, never mind. I guess I don't want you to back up, Dimitri. You know, if I were to just really break open this game and just use, I don't know, flippin' whatever it's called. Stupid Viscum, I would already be done with the first half of this map. But I'm not going to divulge Viscum's spam in the main chapters.
Sure thing.
Especially on the first route. Now, maybe once we get to Silver Snow, in this LP, I'll kind of change my mind and start just Viscuming everything. But at least where we're at now, no Viscum for me! And now you can probably already tell YouTube what my best units are going to end up being in this series.
Oh, good.
At least in this route of the series. It's the ones that I was going to stride over. Although, I guess I haven't said on camera yet. Mercedes is up to level whatever the frick. And Faith Magic, level A. Which means she actually has, what's it called? Stupid thingy. Fortify! She has Fortify. Which is extremely good. As you can tell, making it do a Wyvern made to do a lot. Made him able to do a lot. Oh, I'm so funny. Yep, that's exactly what I wanted. I just need to do good next turn. Okay. Dance that. I just need to try and do my best to kill Krania next turn. If I kill Krania next turn, I should be able to beat the map in one more turn after that. But hopefully without a Viscum. Worst case scenario, 2 more turns after that. Especially if you are so dumb.
To be so brazen. You'll never avenge your father at this rate.
You guaranteed me your death next turn, Krania, you
Too,
dumbass.
with my own hands.
You won't.
Predictable.
And now you're in my
so.
range, Krania. Dumbass. And now you're down to 2 HP, dumbass. I'll let Sylvain get the kill since he currently struggles with level ups.
How cute! You're trying so hard. But now it's time to die.
You missed on your first attack. I really don't think you're gonna do much.
Oh, she's gone. I won.
But how? How could I really lose? To a lowly creature like you?
Well,
Solon, don't just stand there and stare. I need your help.
Yes, you most certainly do.
Huh?
Your sacrifice will help to rid this world of the filthy vermin that have long infested it. The time is finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharas upon our enemies!
Please, help me.
Be gone with you, Fellstar.
What was that sorcery? What happened to our professor?
They were swallowed by the mystical darkness of the forbidden spell. An eternity wandering in a void of nothingness, never to return to this world. To think, we almost had the sword of the Creator.
That's a lie! There's no way the professor is really dead! That's right. Our professor is no ordinary human.
I do not believe our professor has fallen.
It is possible that death has yet to find your friend, but there are worse things than death. Drifting through the darkness with no chance of escape, overwhelmed with hopelessness. It must be torturous.
We cannot abandon hope, Your Highness. Our professor lives. I know it.
You're right. We will save the professor. But first, let's destroy this being. I'll slice you into 1,000 pieces as you watch with horror. You will know true pain before I finally allow you to die.
How true.
That is unlike
But
you
if
to
you
say.
wish for pain, I shall oblige. If you prefer it so, you shall also be added to the ranks of the dead.
You fool! What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap? Are you just a boulder that rolls down whatever hill it's on? No, even a boulder has more sense. Excuses won't help us. This darkness is terrifying. As you and I are one, I too am trapped within this void. But please consider this. This realm of darkness we are in is separate from the world from which you came. I mean that it would take a god to leave this place. In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be. Are you prepared to die? I thought as much. I also do not wish to die. And yet... there is no other choice. Do you recall your father's diary? He said you were a child who never cried nor laughed. I think I am the one to blame. I must have been asleep, but even then, I feel I was a part of you. I do not know how Rhea managed it, but she allowed me to exist inside of you. The truth is, I have always been with you. It is within you that I found my power yet again. The power of a goddess. The power of the progenitor god. My name is Sothis. By now, you must be well aware of what that means. I am the one who watches over Fodlan and the creatures dwelling there. I am Sothis, she who died and then returned. There is but one thing left to do to save us from this darkness of eternity. I must now use the power of a god. However, I lack a body of my own, and so I must relinquish all the power that I have to you. The time has come for you and I to join as one. And when that comes to pass, then I shall disappear. When I say disappear, I do not mean that all I am will be no more. My soul will join with yours, and you and I will never be apart. But I will no longer have the chance to speak with you. I shall miss it. So long have I been on this path with you. Through you, I got to see and hear this world. I even got to chastise you from time to time.
Yeah.
I may not have acted like a goddess, but it was certainly fun. For all that you have done, thank you. I'm glad that it was you to whom my fate was bound. Now, we must pray. For if we share this wish, our spirits too will join as one. Your wish is to return to the forest, stop the enemy, and rescue the little ones. No need for words. I know your heart as though it were my own. Your will and mine are now as one. Both sides of time are revealed to you, and you alone. You know I am the beginning. What shall you do?
So the Fellstar consumes even the darkness itself.
Professor, that is you, isn't it? I'm glad you are safe. I was sure that you would return. Please tell me all that happened to you later. For now, it's imperative that we kill the demon.
What did you see in the darkness of Zaharas? This should be impossible. The only being that can withstand that darkness is... Unless I dispose of you myself, I may never have the chance to send you back there.
That's just a bunch of reinforcements. Yay. Yay. Why the hell are you all the way over there, Annette? I'll have to do it like this. I have no idea if this is gonna work.
Thank you.
Of course, it's not going to work. Who needs the Sword of the Creator?
Creator.
Great work.
I was just about to spoil something about the holy relics, but I don't think I'm going to. I can't mention that fact yet because you're here. I'd spoil it for you too, but I'm not gonna spoil it for you. You'll eventually find out what the holy relics are made out of. And I'm curious how you're gonna react.
I have no time to waste on the likes of you. There!
Because I frankly am extremely curious how you're gonna react to what they're made of. I think it'll be real. I think it'll be top tier comedy.
Proceed with caution.
Oh, yeah, that's a win. The dude going in for the kill.
That I would lose to mere beasts.
Dumbass. Dumbass.
I will handle whatever comes.
Comes?
But this is not the end. Tullus will carry out our mission somehow.
Tullus,
Come.
does he also serve the Flame Emperor? It can't be.
Serve the Flame Emperor? I wouldn't say he serves the Flame Emperor. And the Flame Emperor doesn't serve Paul's either. It's none of the above.
My, thank you so much.
Professor, I'm glad you're okay. And you seem relatively unscathed. I'm so relieved. What's more, Gerald's foe is dead. Though we took little satisfaction from it. Professor, I must ask, what happened after we were separated? You look different. The goddess appeared and gave you her power? It's as though the legend of old has been made flesh. It's hard to grasp, in all honesty. But having seen you pierce the sky with my own eyes, I find myself unable to doubt it. Yes, the legend of Saint Seros. It is said that she received a divine revelation from the goddess and was gifted with her power. Long ago, the goddess dispatched Seros to defeat an evil king who went mad with power. Perhaps the goddess saw the goodness of Seros within you too, and wished to help you in your quest to defeat evil. If you're Seros, granted power by the goddess, then I suppose that makes me... never mind. I'm getting carried away. Professor, what's wrong? Are you asleep? What is happening these days? Well, it matters not. We must get you help, and fast. It'll be faster if I carry you and run.
In time's flow, see the glow of flames ever burning bright on the swift rivers drift, broken memories alive. Professor, you must remain still. Everything is all right. There is no need to worry. Those who are trying to harm you are far away. How lovely it would be for this moment to last forever. I wish I could hold on to this time we have stolen, that you and I could create a world without end. I have heard whispers of what happened to you. Your appearance. You have received power from the goddess. From the moment you took hold of the sword of the Creator, I prayed that one day the radiant power of Sothis, which bathes Fodlan in its celestial light, might reside within you. But you are so much more than the light. You are my... Close your eyes, dear one. Sleep just a while longer. I will be watching over you. Always. Always and forever.
Part 1. White Clouds. Pegasus Moon. Throne of Knowledge. The northern lands are enveloped in a bitter cold, and frigid winds are carried across the sea to the south of Adrestia. When feather white snow falls on Fodlan's locket, the fort looks as delicate as a pearl. However, beneath that snowy blanket, her throat is more treacherous than ever.
Wait, what? Why is this a full month? Okay, of course this is the full month. Ugh. It's next month that's not full.
Rhea,
oh,
please, talk to me. What are you hiding? What is the meaning of how that one looks? It is almost as though...
As I said, there is nothing of which to speak. For now. At the end of this month...
I read Gerald's diary. I happened upon it in his room.
What?
In it, he stated the reason for his departure. The baby, thought to have died in the fire, has returned to us. Gerald realized that you had done something to the child and decided to flee. What did you do to that baby, Rhea? Nothing questionable, I should hope.
Seth, enough. They will be here shortly. No more, I beg of you. I will take our dear professor to the Holy Tomb. There, I should be able to see our dearest wishes to fruition. When I was young, I heard her voice there. I'm sure of it. You may enter. I have been awaiting your arrival, Professor. Now that you have received sacred power from the goddess, there is somewhere you must pay a visit to at once. You must go to the Holy Tomb so that you may receive a divine revelation from the goddess.
The Holy Tomb is where the goddess sleeps. This monastery was originally built for the purpose of protecting that hallowed temple.
Only a select few know of it, but there is a legend about Seros and the Holy Tomb. Saint Seros, the first soul to be gifted power from the goddess, received her revelation there. She was told that it was her sacred duty to save the people of Fodlan, and that she must use her power wisely in order to lead them. The words that were handed down to Seros from the goddess will likely fall upon your ears as well.
Prepare yourself to go at once. There, may you find out why you were blessed with such power.
There will be a ceremony at the Holy Tomb. It is then that you will receive the goddess's revelation. You may share this mission with your students. It is said that when Seiros received the revelation, she had holy warriors by her side protecting her. Your students, who have followed you and fought alongside you through the darkest of times, are well suited to stand by you for the ceremony. Of course, as the leader of the Church of Seiros, I will be by your side as well. The Holy Tomb is a sacred temple that is sealed off from the rest of the world. There is nothing to fear. Even if something were to happen, I am more than capable of protecting myself.
Much has changed, but your duty has not wavered. Steel your mind for the ceremony and prepare your students well.
Prepare them for what? It's not like there's gonna be a interruption. No. We'll do it at the end of the video. No, I don't care. I don't care. Yep.
It's time to start anew.
Woo! This is why I wasn't worried about, like, doing an advanced class on Phyla. So the Oni Paralog should be the happy one. Yeah, we're not doing it. So there are 3 free weeks. Really? 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 Most likely only one of them will be battling. Oh. Guess we're not doing that one yet. I guess that's next month. Where we'll finally do that fight. Whoa, Anna's in a different place. There's no quests. Which means we're going to go right into supports. Because this quest is just an auxiliary battle-based one.
Good deal. Hey, Professor. You seem different.
Do I?
Lots of things seem different around here lately. I've noticed it. Have you?
Wow, you're
Yeah,
so observant.
my hair's changed.
Hey, how about
If I get the right button.
How about a favor?
Now, in case foreshadowing hasn't been enough, I'm just going to quickly go through all the locations and I'll let people see who is missing. Huh. I wonder if anyone's missing in the monastery. How potentially sus that would be.
Hey, Professor. The students seem to like you. And you're not modest about it. I like that. Still, I can't deny that you've got skills. It's a little strange, to be completely honest. I had my doubts, but they were right to make you a professor. I'd be suspicious of their true intentions, if I were you. But what's it matter? Seems like it turned out just fine for you. I'll admit, it's unbelievable that you used to be a mercenary. I was a merc before coming here, but I can't imagine pulling off your fancy tactician act. I freeze up near royals and nobles. I was. My family had nothing when I was growing up. There were too many mouths to feed, so I left. Joined up with some mercs for the pay. The work suited me, but I never liked having to bow and scrape to our noble employers. And that's what I like about being a knight. I get to punch all the nobles I want. I'm joking. But the knights do make a good business partner.
No, I'm really curious with the Dimitri. Oh, I guess she doesn't have one with Dimitri or any nobles. That's actually kind of sad. It's
I
happy
believe
that
in the
does.
Church of Seiros. It makes me a bit of an anomaly among the knights.
Rhea took me in, so I became a knight to repay my debt to her.
I may be a knight, but it still feels like I'm doing the same things I did as a merc. Who knows, though? Maybe you and I will end up working together again, like at Deirdre. Us knights are a pretty tough crew. I'm guessing you'd run circles around us, though. I'm interested to see where your path leads you.
Was oddly nice of her.
I really quickly actually want to spend my renown on goddess statues, because that's going to make training easier. Yes, it will. Yeah.
Need something?
Needs 6,000, needs 7,000, needs 10, 10. Okay. That gives it authority plus. I want the authority. Ooh, faith actually. I want that as well for a net. It'll make a net easier to get.
This one?
And then the authority will be handy.
You're all set. This one? You're all set.
Sword reason. I want to get reason all the way up because Felix will need that.
This one? This one? This one?
Oh, writing's also really handy to have up.
You're all this one? You're all this one? You're all this one? This one?
Yep, there we go.
You're all set.
This one does not matter. Oh, yes, it does. Heavy armor.
You're all this one?
Heavy armor actually will be really nice to have.
You're this one? You're all set.
And then I think I'm going to just finish that statue off. I might finish off both of the top
You're all
ones.
this one? You're all set.
So wait. Yeah,
this one?
that's actually really handy. I actually can't finish off that statue. Okay, I really can't get all that much more. There, that just what I did get, that'll be actually really handy, and I should have done that sooner. Let's get all the happy stuff out of the way first, and then I guess we'll do all the other students' stuff.
Well, look who it is.
We just have to get them done by the end of chapter 12. Chances are I'll do some of them at the beginning of before chapter 12 as well, because
that makes sense.
there's gonna be nothing after
You almost
chapter
strut
12
around
map
here like someone who belongs.
in that video.
You seem like one of those people
2
who
videos from
blends
now
in.
probably.
I could see you just about anywhere and think, oh, that person's here. Makes sense. I wasn't paying you some sort of compliment. To me, it doesn't matter whether or not you believe in the goddess. You're here supporting the church, and that makes you no different from the others. I can't stand that. No need to apologize. I just have a rocky history with the church is all. They betrayed me, or at any rate, horribly mistreated me. So I'm not a huge fan, but keep that to yourself. When I was little, a lady locked me up and held me captive for a long time. The Knights of Saros rescued me, promised to protect me. But then they hid me away in Abyss. So all the Knights did was move me from one cage to another. Wouldn't you call that mistreatment? It was all for the greater good. They didn't want to put anyone important in danger. As for me, my life was expendable. That guy Alois was nice to me, though. And he told me a bunch of hilarious jokes to cheer me up. Do they not have sarcasm where you come from? Keep up. Anyway, that's why I hate the church. Someday you'll hate them too. They only hired you because they needed a warm body to fill the post. When you're of no use to them, they'll get rid of you without a second thought. Sorry, that sounded more menacing than I intended. I'm just telling you how these people think. They have rules, dogma. They want us all bound to their system so they can control us. I don't do well with that sort of stuff. That's why I ran away from home in the first place. Yeah, ran far, far away. But as far as I ran, it wasn't far enough. I got dragged back into society, chains and all. The kind of world I want doesn't exist. I'm getting too dark for you, aren't I? Forget I said anything. Your future seems bright, at least. You can just sit back and enjoy whatever comes your way. I'm just saying, don't rest your entire future on the church. It's not as steady a foundation as it seems. Anyway, that's all. I'll be going now.
Happy, you must know that it's rather uncomfortable to be the subject of such an unflinching gaze.
You'll have to put up with it for a little while longer. I feel like I can almost remember.
Apologies, but I'm not sure what you're referring to. Care to elaborate?
I have this sense that we met somewhere, before we were students. But you're the Prince of Fargus, so how could I have met you?
I do not recall meeting you previously either. Although, long ago, I sometimes accompanied my father as he traveled the kingdom. Perhaps we crossed paths.
Unlikely. I lived in an isolated village in the forest. We didn't have contact with outsiders. After I ran away, I was kidnapped. And my kidnapper kept me locked up all day and night. I think I'd remember if the royal family had stopped by for a visit.
Kidnapped? What do you mean by that?
A lady found me, a helpless runaway, and offered to take me in. She promised to keep me safe. Instead, I became her test subject. She experimented on me with all kinds of spells and rituals. I had a roof over my head and plenty to eat, but otherwise it was a pretty bad experience.
This may be unwelcome from a stranger like myself, but I want you to know that it's perfectly acceptable to be angry about such unfortunate circumstances. I can't fathom why someone would cause you pain like that. I'm sorry you had to endure such a thing. You have every right to feel anything you need to feel toward the person responsible for your suffering.
Oh, that's weird. I wonder...
What's the matter? Was it something I said?
It's just that I've heard those words before. I think it was someone else who said them, but I can't remember who. Maybe I'll figure it out someday. In the meantime, see you around.
Yes, of course. If our meeting again can help you in any way, you need only ask, and I'll be there.
That was odd.
Thanks so much for the help. We should be able to manage on our own from here.
I'm glad to be of use. If there's anything else you need, come find me anytime.
Well, well. You seem to be pretty chummy with the knights.
Chummy? I suppose. Really, I was just helping out with some equipment repairs.
For an assignment or something?
No. It just looked like they could use a hand, so I lent one.
To me, it looked like they were using you for some unpaid labor.
Unpaid labor? I helped them because I wanted to, Happy. I wasn't expecting to be paid. It's like when you help us with our assignments. We don't pay you for that, do we?
Like I have a choice. Can I give you some advice, Freckles? Don't support the knights, the church, any of them. All you'll get in return is a knife in the back.
Isn't that a little dramatic? You really don't need to worry about that with most people.
You're naive. Those two-faced buffoons exasperate me so much I can hardly help but...
Oh, hey! That reminds me of a great story. You have to hear this one. It's called, The Luna Knight's Tale. Yeah, I think you'll love this. On second thought, maybe a story about a knight isn't what you want to hear right now.
You know, the knights in stories aren't like the ones in real life. Unless the Luna Knight is a liar who does terrible things.
No, of course not. The Luna Knight is the hero of the story. She's from an offshoot of House Blathet. Marries into House Regan after the Crescent Moon War. In peacetime, she sets aside her weapons and devotes herself to giving wise counsel to her husband. In this role, she ensures that the dishonest and unfaithful are dealt with accordingly.
Huh. She sounds like a real hero.
Very much so, yes. The tale is full of fascinating details about her.
Ash, I'm sorry to interrupt, but if you're not too busy, we could really use your help right now.
Of course. Be right there. I'll tell you the rest of the tale later, okay, Happy?
Sure, I guess. But seriously, watch yourself, okay? I don't want you to learn I'm right the hard way. See ya, Freckles. I can hardly wait to hear that riveting story of yours.
Using me? I never thought about it that way.
This is boring. Mind if I sleep?
You know I won't care. Night Watch or not, it's still just for training purposes. Though, you'd likely get in trouble if someone sees you catching Z's.
You wouldn't wake me if someone was here? Fine then, I won't sleep.
Your call.
You're being so quiet, Yuri Bird. Say something.
I don't always fill the void with my voice, you know. Sometimes it's pleasant to just enjoy the quiet and stargaze.
No thanks. Stargazing is a waste of time. The stars don't even stay put all year. Those jerks.
See that one? That star is home to the goddess.
It's not like the stars can
Watching over
control
us from
it.
afar. That's called the Blue Sea Star. But it doesn't look blue. At all, really. Wait, no, hang on. Maybe it wasn't that one. But that big one over there, that's it. Isn't it?
You don't know the first thing about stars, do you? No one ever taught you?
Never, no.
Well, the Blue Sea Star is really big. It stands out. Sometimes you can't see it at all. But other times, it's the brightest thing in the sky.
Interesting. So then, which star was I pointing out just now?
You might have to point it out again. Which constellation were you looking at?
Let's see, it looks a bit like a cat. And no, that's not right. Maybe more like a fish? Or a fishing rod. What? I'm serious. See, those stars there are forming a shape that looks very much like a fishing rod.
Okay, sorry. But that looks nothing like a fishing rod. Or a cat. I'm surprised you know so little about stars. I thought you knew everything.
Who do you think I am? The goddess herself? There's plenty I don't know. But I'm always aiming to learn more. I'm uncomfortable not knowing things. So come on then, Happy. Teach me about the stars.
That'll be a pain for both of us.
As painful as sitting here idling, it's not like you're going to sleep at this point. Clearly you know quite a bit about them. Teach me.
Fine, fine. Look up there. To the north. Your other north. See that star? That's called the King's Right Hand.
Hey, Professor, did I ever tell you what happened with that thief? I went after him, and I did manage to catch up, but... Oh no, I captured him easily. I'm pretty quick on my feet, you know. But I decided not to make him pay for the book. My pockets were pretty empty after that incident, if you want to know the truth. Well, what happened was, when I caught him, I asked him why he stole the book. He said he thought it would fetch a good price, and that he really needed the money. He had a sick kid and couldn't pay for medicine. Oh, maybe you're right. But if he really did have a sick child, that would be a matter of life and death. A little money is nothing compared to that. I'd rather believe a lie than risk someone's life if I'm wrong. And to be completely honest, there was a time when I wasn't so different from him. It was a long time ago, and I've put all that behind me now. But yes, I was. My parents were homeless, so I had to provide for my little brother and sister. I did my best to earn money for them legitimately, but I wasn't able to bring home enough. So I turned to thieving. From people on the streets, from shops, even from soldiers. I knew it was wrong, but seeing my brother and sister's smiling faces made me too happy to stop. I really regret that part of my life. I was stupid. But shortly after I turned 9, I crept into a local noble's mansion, aiming to steal whatever I could get my hands on. The noble had all sorts of valuables, but what really caught my eye was a book with a fancy cover. That book was Lug and the Maiden of Wind. The knight in the illustrations was so impressive I just couldn't tear my eyes away. Well, that was part of it. But certain books are also really valuable, you know. You probably see where this is going. Moments after I grabbed the book, I was caught in the act by the noble. And that noble was none other than Lenato. But Lenato was incredibly kind. Without asking any questions, he gave me the book. And money, too. When I told him I couldn't read, he invited me into his mansion, along with my brother and sister. He taught me how to read, personally. So, with the thief I caught in town, I was trying to do the same thing. To be like Lenato. I want to make up for the bad things I've done. To leave this world better than I found it. That's why, even if it wasn't easy on my pockets, I'm proud to say I helped him. I know what you're trying to say. My contribution probably won't change much. And it's not like I have the money to help everyone who's suffering from poverty. Even so, I can't bear to stand by and do nothing. What else could I have done, Professor?
I'm just doing all the ones with Byleth now because they're
Hello
the most
there.
annoying ones.
I've been waiting for you. If you would, please allow me a closer look at your face. Those beautiful shining eyes, and silken hair so similar to my own. Oh dear, please excuse my rudeness. I forgot myself for a moment. It is only that we haven't had a chance to speak privately since you were blessed with the power of the goddess. I hope I have not caused you any discomfort. In that case, I hope you will allow me to behold your sweet face again in the future. It is my dearest wish that we may strengthen the bonds between us further still. Yes, as souls blessed by a connection to the progenitor god, the bonds between us are truly unbreakable. Just as the goddess blessed you with her own power, I too received her divine protection long, long ago. Though different, our fates are entwined.
I don't understand.
You say that now, but I am certain there is much you still wish to know. To that end, know that truth has a way of revealing itself in time. If you experience any further changes, please know that you can rely on me to guide you. Seth and Flane are also here to support you however they can. Dear child, may the goddess protect you always.
Wait, there's still another one? Oh. Actually, yeah, there's 2 more. Flippin' Flane. I don't like Flane. I almost want to skip this
Professor.
one.
May I have a moment of your time? Ah, wonderful. I was hoping you might enlighten me. About yourself, that is. You see, I happen to be quite curious about you. Well, because there is something different about you. You possess an air of mystery. I could not help but notice when first we met. I am intrigued, to say the least. I find it rather difficult to put into words. Were I to wax poetic, I would say you remind me of the sea. Have you ever been, Professor? The sea is vast, boundless. On the surface, all seems still. Yet beneath that stillness, it is unfathomably deep. Within, it teems with life. Yet without, one is lucky to glimpse a fleeting shadow. And yet, all one must do is cast a line to grasp hold of all that life. You cannot see it at a glance, but it is there all the same.
Sorry, I dropped my computer.
About fish, of course.
That's not good. You shouldn't drop computers, Seth.
I got sidetracked, didn't I? Right. About the sea. During a storm, the once calm waters become mighty enough to overturn even the vastest ships. Not unlike you. You are calm. You carry yourself with poise. Yet you wield great power. My brother was uncertain of you at first. He once referred to you as a youth of dubious origin. Oh, but please do not think ill of him. He is incredibly dedicated to his work. So surely you understand why he would have doubts about one of whom he knows so little. Nobody even seems to know your age. Incidentally, how old are you? Wait, you do not know your own age? You truly are mysterious. Looking at you, it is quite difficult for me to determine. I wonder... Could you be younger than your own students? Who? Me? Well, I am roughly the same age as the other youths here. Be that as it may, it is simply not the case. Oh, by the way, you should know I had actually been considering enrolling in the academy for a while. I have endured hard times, but I am so grateful that those very experiences led to my acceptance at the academy. Oh, my apologies. I am sure you have much work to do. I will not keep you any longer. We must speak again sometime, if that would be all right. Have a lovely day.
There's another Byleth one. Oh my lord. Who's this one? Yuri! Okay, I actually kind of care about this one.
Hey, friend. Thanks for joining me when I had to deal with that mess a while ago. You were a real help. I wouldn't say you fully earned my trust, but you've earned something for sure. I owe you.
I probably should do a
I can't
thumbnail
not worry
image.
about it. I don't like owing people. Guess I'll just have to surprise you someday. I was just rummaging through what we were.
And now we're also gonna call up a dog.
And I stumbled across something pretty special. It was under lock and key, so those thugs probably thought it was something of high value. The Elder gave it to me when I was small. Losing it really got me where it hurts. I guess it couldn't hurt to tell you about it. Can't quite remember how old I was, but my mother had taken in an elderly man wandering the town. He was
That sounds
worse
like a
for wear,
hazard.
could barely even walk. She nursed him back to health under our humble roof. In return for her kindly gesture, he taught me to read and write. This notebook is a relic of those times. Not too long after that, I came down with a terrible illness. We had no money to speak of, so a doctor's visit was out of the question. My mother went everywhere asking for help, to no avail. And then the Elder stepped in and saved me. I don't know how he did it, or what it was he did. Could have been. I never knew much about him, honestly. He could have been a mage, a scholar. I haven't the foggiest. And I'll never know. Shortly after curing me of my illness, he passed on. Natural causes. My illness, it turns out, was part of a larger plague that swept through our village. So many died. And there I was, having escaped death by some strange luck. I felt grateful. And helpless. So little Yuri figured it would be his mission to help anyone he could as he grew up. However I could. Not necessarily by making gold rain from the sky, but in smaller ways. The streets are filled with kids who have no homes, no food, so many dying of disease, or some cheap medicine would have saved them. I figure, if I can save even one unlucky soul, well, then I'm doing my part, you know? It's a small dream, but it's one I hold in my heart. To help those who need it. It's what my gang's about. When I recruit my people, it's to that end. To give them a home. The turf wars, the gang, all of it. To honor that dream. Yeah? Well, thanks. Despite what you now know about me, I'm still the Lord of the Underground. Don't go forgetting that. I do what I have to, whether people view it as fair or foul. The way I see things, the goddess gave me two gifts. My life and my charm. That's been gift enough to get in with slimy nobles, so I can pull their strings as I see fit. Of course. It wasn't always easy, but in the end, it's all the same little game. Once I used a clever name, and my charms, to become the attendant to the head slug of a noble house. Yet another time, I took a name befitting the kingdom that landed me in the academy as a noble's adopted son. That's how I've gotten this far and earned my fortune. In doing so, I've spread my wings of protection further, to help those who need it most. As though I tell you, friend. But perhaps you can share what it is you think, hmm?
Probably 2 more supports YouTube, then we'll be done for
Spending
today.
a lot of time at the training ground, Mercedes. As
We'll
far
finish
as
a
swordsmanship goes,
decent
you're like
amount
a
of
whole new
them
person.
next video. I want to make sure I finish all the Dimitri ones because I don't know if I'm going to be able to do them after
It's all
next
because
chapter.
of your own hard work. Compared to you,
You shouldn't be so disappointed in yourself. You're improving too. You just need to keep at it.
Well, I can hold a needle and thread without breaking anything now. That's something.
That's a big step. When we started, you couldn't even hold a pair of scissors without twisting them apart.
True. I'm sorry for being such a burden.
You're no bother at all. I like sewing with you. It reminds me of when I was young and my mother taught me how to sew. My mother would sit with my brother and me, and we'd all sew together. Ah, I really miss it. Even though I was barely better than you when I started. Did your mother like to sew, Dimitri?
My birth mother? From my father's accounts, she wasn't great at it either.
Oh, of course. I forgot that the Queen of Fargus passed away long ago.
Yes. I don't really remember what she was like. But I remember my stepmother, always sitting by the window sewing away.
I'm sure she would have been happy to teach you if you had asked.
She always looked so lonely when she was sewing. So unreachable. She was kind to me, yes, but when she was like that, it was hard to talk to her. I'm not certain she would have wished to teach me.
I'm so sorry, Dimitri. I didn't mean to bring up such difficult memories.
Don't worry about it. If I don't talk about those things sometimes, I'll risk forgetting them altogether. And that would truly be a shame.
I see.
But now I'm just going on and on about myself. Why don't you tell me more about you?
More about me? Oh, goodness. I don't even know what to say.
It's hard to think of something on the spot, isn't it? You could speak of your family, I suppose.
You want to know more about my family? On that topic, I'm happy to oblige. In fact, I'm so glad you asked. It's important to think about your past and share it every now and then. This might take a while, but would you be willing to stay and listen?
Of course. I will listen for as long as you wish.
Your Highness, I've come to apologize. I mismanaged my feelings and got carried away. I've been thinking about what might have made you say the things you did. I was so caught up in the moment and in my own feelings that I didn't think of what yours might be.
No, I should be the one to apologize. I did not intend to say such things. I lashed out like a child. You were right to rebuke me. I am disgusted by my own inability to express myself. Will you allow me to explain?
Of course.
At the tragedy of Dusker, I saw countless corpses. Of course, I saw his, too. Glenn's. Ingrid, I doubt you would have been able to see him. They were unable to bring his body back, after all. He must have died an agonizing death, full of pain and regret. That is what I saw on his face. In that wasteland, there were no beautiful, proud deaths that could have been written about in heroic tales. Not one. I do not want you to die a death like that. Not even for the sake of loyalty or duty.
A king must at times order his soldiers and knights to fight and die on his behalf. Their lives must be used for the greater good. And this is something any good king understands innately. Any king who doesn't allow people to die on his behalf is too soft to rule well.
You leave me little room for argument. Have I disappointed you?
No. I chose to serve you because of how you are. As your knight, I will stand by your side and uphold your soft-hearted ideals.
What has changed, Ingrid? You were so obstinate the other day.
I've realized that I haven't been facing a very important truth. Because of you, I can finally move on. Thank you.
I've lied to you, YouTube. We actually have time for like one more. You know what? No. There's a little enough support. We're not going to do one more, even if we have time for it!